Welcome to All Man Podcast. We're having poignant conversations through the lenses of two different perspectives.
All that shit.
I am the Tony Davis.
Michael Andrew the brand. And hashtag Wayne
Mr. Agreeable
is out right now handling some family. So prayers
like.
up. You know what I'm saying?
It's what it's like to be married with a family.
Yeah.
For those people who say they want it.
I want it.
I don't know. I dream it, but I don't know if I want it.
All right, so we're going to kind of do a conversational reaction to a great channel. If you haven't checked out, you should check out It's Complicated channel. This dude just randomly goes around and checks out different or asks different women and men like questions. Very insightful, very entertaining, so I always recommend checking it out. And before you do that, make sure that you hit the subscribe and like button here at the All Men Podcast so you can join the conversation. And if you're in the Atlanta area, you know, you can pull up on us.
404 Smoke Shop at Camp Creek, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Is it Atlanta?
Before we blow up, yes, Atlanta, Georgia.
At least while we're still here, because once we start to gain traction, we won't be able to do that. So yeah, come and join us.
And then you can be a part of this conversation as well.
There you go.
All right, so I'm gonna play this, and then we will hear the. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And we keep on saying like this is gonna be a short conversation because we're agreeing, but I think we're gonna have some unique perspectives. So.
Listen, man, stupid is stupid, and then we generally agree what is stupid and what's not, even when it's us.
That's true.
I don't think it's an excuse.
Why do modern women have more of a problem submitting to a husband than they do submitting to an employer?
What was the question?
In other words, why do women think they are free when they serve their employers, but slaves when they serve their husband and children?
Because the employers give us money. Our husbands give us headaches.
So men don't give you money? I thought men were providers.
They are, but I know for sure I'm going to get paid on the 1st and 15th. I don't know with him.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what we needed to hear.
Yeah.
So, I did want to hear your thoughts on this first, or why you think it's stupid. I think we think it's stupid for two different reasons.
What you're saying to me when I hear things like that is, I can own you. If I have enough money, I can own a human being.
And pay you on the 1st and the 15th.
Just as long as I pay you on the 1st and the 15th and give you kind of like a parameter of what I want you to do.
The expectation.
You'll just do it.
Right.
And I don't have to like you. I don't have to care about your feelings.
Right.
I just do this and then you'll do it. And you'll do it for the rest of your life if I pay you and let you off for 2 weeks out of the year.
For 2 weeks.
And major holidays, which I will, this is not going to last. It's not going to last more than 3 months.
We're gonna do a 90-day trial period.
Right, exactly. And then we're going to do a 90-day trial.
90-day trial. You still get paid on the 1st and 15th.
Yeah, but
contingent on your abilities, we're gonna start you out at $15 an hour. Does that work for you? 15? It doesn't. Okay, cool.
Okay,
$15.50.
I think that's how relationships can work in the future.
Clock in. Please make sure that you're out of the house by 7 p.m. though.
Make like Michael Jackson and beat it.
Because I have my second shift coming in and
This is around the clock thing.
That's a 24-hour. I think that it was more stupid and foolish in that you're actually a slave to the job. Like, people forget this is not a oppressive regime that you're in unless you're in an extremely abusive relationship.
Right. It's an elective.
Yeah, you can bounce. Like, walk like out this mother. Right? So I think that it's stupid on her side because it's contradictory. Provide for me. Well, I don't know when I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, but generally speaking, most men, if they're with somebody as providers, they want to care for their loved ones. So they're gonna say, all right, babe, what do you need? Babe, I need to go get my hair done. You don't need to even go get your hair done. You want to go get your hair done. That's fine. It's not a need.
Right.
Cool. How much is it? $600. Mother. All right. Like, and a dude, the saddest part I think in that space is a lot of men will break their backs for me, undeserving women to go do that.
And that's what I would chime in. selection process.
Yes.
If you don't feel that you can trust your man, then you got the wrong man.
Right.
And that's not simping or telling them that they're better.
Right.
But if they feel like they're better, then they
Right.
should get what's best for them, which where hypergamy comes in and things of that nature.
Right.
But you can get that, and you should have that, and you should be happy. That means you're settling. So not only are you not trusting in your guy, you're a slave, and you're settling to be a slave.
Well, and that's the thing, you don't realize that you're settling in that process though too. Like, right, so even if you get with the dude who paid, right?
Wait, come on.
You settling.
You don't realize you're settling?
Hell no, them chicks don't be realizing they settling.
Come on, man.
I'm dead ass. No, they don't. If a dude is paid,
Oh, that's different.
right. The only way she leaves is she finds a higher paying dude. Well, we've seen that neither one of those young ladies are going to obtain a higher paying dude. Like, let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Tell me I'm wrong.
Is it a 4 of spade? Doesn't matter.
That's a 2 of clubs. Like,
Listen, man.
no disrespect.
I think
I'm just to be
I
honest.
think it's possible for
A 2 of clubs.
I think it's possible for listen. A 2 of clubs is not beating jack squat unless clubs lit, right?
Right.
But and nobody else has a club or a spade.
Or they drunk.
Yeah.
Or they're drunk.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
she's average at best.
That's no. no. I don't want to be. Listen. I don't want to call him that ugly. It's just the fact that
She's not attractive to either one of us,
there we go,
and not highly attractive to either one of us.
we'll leave it there.
Right. So my point is, even if she is highly attractive,
Somebody has a fetish. We all have
fine,
fetishes.
fair
We all
enough.
have preferences.
yes, preference,
There we go.
and some taste level and preferences are lower than others. That's fine.
I've been there.
Even in that space, even if my preferences are lower, right? There's only so much that I can stomach, even if she's no pun intended. Not saying she does. We don't know if she does or she doesn't. But
It appears as if.
it appears that it.
If it were, we would not be surprised.
Yes. So if that's the case, if I'm dealing with a woman like that, right? That's one thing. But even when I'm dealing with like the baddies of the baddies, like you start to after you've had sex,
Yes.
let's say 5 times max, right? There's a week of just good sex,
Just going at it.
just rabbits, right? Then I'm left with the person. Do I really even want to deal with that person? So then if I'm paying you for a
no.
job, now
But
I'm paying you to leave.
we already have those.
Right.
They're
I'm
called-
paying you to leave. I'm gonna let you marinate on what that means.
That's cute. Like, get the F out.
Right.
Like,
You've served your purpose.
it's clock out time and we don't do overtime.
I do hourly rates.
We
What you think? So you think I'm a now? And I'm not saying this is all women, but if that woman was to then be treated like that, well, I don't know what I'm gonna get paid. All right, so let's get these parameters now.
It sounds as though money is more important than building a life with someone, as it says. Which sounds like a guy approaching a woman, and I've done this years ago,
Yeah.
saying that I want a relationship because
Right.
I think I want comfort or effort-free sex.
Right.
When the reality is I want sex when I want sex, and then that's it. And if she's, or those 2 young or 2 women
Yes.
are offering sex
Right.
for pay, then you really don't want a relationship. You just want to be paid.
Right. Well, and it's also the same thing. Think about that. I want effortless free sex, right? I feel like in relationships, especially once you get into the modality or just the frequency of being around each other, that sex is going to change. Like that frequency of sex is going to change, and the effort that you have to put in is going to change. Just because one is not new, so 2 things.
2 things.
2 things. You'll get it. Come into play. The first is the modality of sex, right? Just even if you're extremely sexually attracted to the person, I think it's kind of like if you live in a city where there's some cool monuments or places to visit. You start saying,
Never. I haven't been to half of DC.
right, and I'm sure you were like, I'll get to it.
That's exactly what I said.
It'll be there. And then you left. You was like,
And after 15 years, 20 years, I still haven't been to the top of the monument.
I lived in New York. Never went to the top of the Empire State Building. Been in the Empire State Building probably 50 times. Never went up to the top, right? It was like, I got time.
Right, understood.
I think that the same thing can happen in those relationships on that side. And then two, she's feeling like you don't make an effort. And you may be feeling like you're not making an effort. Because
to us, those two young ladies weren't making an
you
effort.
weren't making that.
Unless you just want to talk about exposing a lot of your body parts.
A lot of your flesh.
Yeah.
Flesh.
But that's not stuff I want to see. And I have moments.
Yeah, flesh.
That isn't the type.
Fetish for flesh.
That isn't the type of large woman moment that I want to, explore.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's the bigger conversation too. No, I'm not trying to make these puns. I promise you. I'm not trying to make these puns. I think that's the conversation that we end up missing is like, are you putting in the work? Because once again, take a drink. And just for everybody here, so I think these are important to say.
Comes from an audio podcast in which we've been doing for years, and we just decided to make it visual. So now we're still doing what we do, and hopefully over time, you guys will join us and understand what things mean. So every time we say or you hear again, you have to take a shot because it's overused, and it was supposed to help us cut it out, but it became a thing. And then
in the comments, I want you to tell me how many shots you had. So next podcast, have your favorite liquor. Don't drive.
Drink responsibly.
Right. Please drink responsibly. But we want you to put in the comments how many shots you took.
And if you don't drink milk, water.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't have to be liquor. You could take shots of lemonade.
But if you want to have fun, again.
And again. So I think that you also have objectives. There's an interview process. So even if I'm having that conversation with that woman, because there's another one we'll have to talk about on a future podcast. And if I find it, I'm gonna put it in here. Awesome. I'll put the link in here so you guys can see it. But one lady was like,
back for another degree. But for me, I don't see myself working. I don't see myself getting a 9 to 5. I want to be.
Wait.
Hold on a minute.
Wait.
I want to be with a man who's a provider, who will allow me to be a housewife. I want to be a lady of leisure.
Not that fine.
Do you need to be?
Apparently not.
You gotta have something.
She wasn't that fine. Like, she was cute, but like, I'm cheating on you.
That's what I mean. You expect to have company in this relationship.
Yeah, I'm cheating on you.
And you shouldn't say anything.
Shut the fuck up. All the way up. I need you here. You're here?
Grab her lips?
Yeah, I need you here. Because you're a woman of you're a kept woman, remember?
Go to your room. Not go to our room.
Go to your room. Right. I think it becomes that because you don't want partnership.
No.
You want, at that point, you want a benefactor.
Is that what's promoted
in nowadays?
In today's society.
Yeah, I think that nobody really wants. I shouldn't say nobody.
I was about to say, come on.
A lot of people, a majority of people, have been sold a bill of goods. They think that if he has money, that somehow now is equated to high levels of honorability and morality.
Same thing with a pretty woman.
With a pretty woman, right? She's going to be virtuous.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Right? Nah, fam, she might be out here. She might be for the streets. Mm-hmm. So she's for the streets. Let her be for the streets. Have fun if that's where you are in life. Like, I'm not here to judge you.
And if she's very open with you, don't try to change her.
Yeah, like, this is what I want to do. Cool. Experience it for what it is and keep it pushing. Like, I think that's the danger for guys like us, who have the Drake Wale, mentality, like
more in tune with his sensitive side.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, emotional. It's like if you're not paying intention or paying attention to the woman, like, you could gloss over a lot of stuff that really is important for what it is that you want. Even if, like, it's no different than even if it's sex, right? Mm-hmm. And a girl comes up to me and throws it, basically. Yeah. I'm at the age of Tupac. Like, touch me, tease me. I don't want it if it's that easy. Like
It's a little bit of a. It turns the knob the other
yeah,
way.
you see how I'm coming. Like
I have an expectation.
you see how I'm put together.
I took time.
Right? Did you?
Right.
Like, or if she
don't know.
comes up and that BO is not even heavy, but it's a little bit. Or for me, the white when she puts on the deodorant and the white is like.
I don't mind that, man.
Oh no, that's a. Not for the first move. Not for the first.
When I first meet you,
Yeah, that's.
I think if I first meet you, you should be as good as you can.
But that's my point.
No crusty heels on your feet.
That's my
no
point.
chipped toenail polish.
When I was at the club, if a chick was in like walking barefoot, I was like, oh, she dirty. She don't got a clean house.
No, she's drunk. That's what that means.
She dirty.
She's drunk.
That may have been the case. I'm telling you what was in my mind. Oh, she dirty.
She'll pee on the side of the street.
She ain't got no clean house. There's critters in the house. She ain't got no Kool-Aid.
You know, that's all she has.
That's all.
Yeah.
And some hot Cheetos.
And
Right?
that may work for somebody.
That's not gonna work for me.
I'm now starting to understand that.
Now? Just now?
Yes, now.
Jesus.
Come on, man.
I'm no judgments. I'm judging. I'm not convicted.
There we go.
I'm not convicted.
Yeah, we
I'm
judge.
judged.
We
don't convict.
don't convict.
We don't
If
convict.
he did, he wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting next to the flaming hot Cheetos girl in his head. Like those two belong together. Like
That's what we're doing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
So-
wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, right.
Like based
Yes.
on my history, yeah.
I just wouldn't have expected that from you.
I mean, he deserves better.
Okay, fair enough. If you're going to clock in, these are my expectations. It definitely wouldn't have been that
Right.
because my first thing would have been like evaluation. Oh, so let's do a 30-day evaluation.
For all the fellas out there, you should do this because this is who we're talking to. This is
Yeah.
why it's the All Man Podcast, I think. All Man
What-
Video.
yeah.
All Man something, but it's directed for for men. But if ladies want to get game on how the rest of the world thinks and not just either high value or the thugs on the street, here we go.
Right. Because it's also like if I see a young lady, if that's what type of time we're on, right? 30-day evaluation. I'm Ocean's 11. Like they're not Ocean's 13. They're not waitresses. They're models who serve. That way he can keep the body
Yeah.
right. Like
I don't.
if we're gonna do that though,
Yeah.
if we're in a partnership, because that's the thing that people forget. If you're looking at me for my money, for my financial resources,
Yes.
and essentially I am employing you, as ugly as that may sound, if that's how you've positioned our dynamic, well then now we need to have an agreement.
How many people out there you think can actually do that? I mean, percentage-wise, I think it's very low.
I think it's very low as well.
I think it's possible.
I think it's very low as
It
well.
happens.
I think that so many women though are in that process of thinking, "Oh, I can do what I want in that situation because he got money." All right, relative to you work at a call center, you make $10 an hour. He's making $75,000-$80,000. That is money for you. That's money for that young lady.
It's not Rolls Royce in the back of the head wraps money.
No,
man.
it's not. But if you're coming in saying that you want me to pay for your $200 nails, your
Yeah.
$400
he can-
hair,
Yeah, he can do that.
because now you position this as if this is transactional,
All relationships are transactional.
financially transactional,
Understood.
right? Because I agree, there are transactions, but they're for, I think, different partnership. There's emotional transaction. There's spiritual transaction,
Yes,
right?
of course.
All that stuff.
Yes.
But it's the exchange.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that that's what it
Oh,
is,
if we're just talking finances.
or in sex,
Oh,
like
obviously.
or
Pay for play.
right,
Okay, then yes.
and that's what that was.
Then no.
Right, you're gonna be
order-
fired.
You're not going to be hired.
We decided.
But
to
if you
go.
get to that level,
we decided to go another.
yeah,
another
we
route.
decided to go with somewhere else.
We
decided
to hire within.
Yeah, we decided another direction. Yeah, we're gonna hire within until we find.
Right, without.
Hey, hands still work, fellas. Don't get caught. Don't settle for less.
Can you imagine if like a dude who is in that dynamic, and also like strap up, like a dude who's in that dynamic with that situation, she's already told you what she's in it for, and now she has a guaranteed funnel of money.
She does not have that because she's questioning who she works for.
Well, yes, but that other woman, you know, a Brittany Reiner, or Brittany, what's that, Renner? Is that what her name? What's that girl's name? Brittany Renner?
The cute chick that got the basketball.
Player has guaranteed money for the next 18 years.
Yes.
And put it out there. Like, so if you knew what she's applying for.
If you didn't have a girl, would you still smash?
No. I wasn't really that attracted to her, to be honest with you. She's cute, but I wasn't like highly.
I mean, she's pretty cute. She's on that.
She's a pretty woman. Yeah. Like, but based on the types of chicks that you've seen me go at, one, she's very fair skinned.
Understood.
That's not usually my cup of tea. Like, she red bone, but like that's not really my immediate go to. You know, I like some.
You have your preference.
Yeah, I got my preference, and she's cool. And also where I am right now 22, 23, most definitely.
Yeah, but
now it's just, it seems like, especially knowing that if I knew what time she was on, it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
it's too much.
I can't afford it. I can't afford to get behind that velvet rope.
Anything that's gonna come with that is like, oh, there ain't no prices on the menu.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to Gen Pop. I don't even need to be over here.
So close this menu.
Yeah, can I go get a rum and coke real quick?
Just house.
Yeah, the house liquor. I'm not drinking for anybody else. I'm cool. I know I'm here.
Sweetheart, if you need to stay, that gentleman over there looks like he's very interested. He probably has the, you know.
Yo, how often do you wish like a dude would just do that? Like, yo, man. Especially if you've already sampled the goods.
I think I may get to that level. I may get to that obnoxious level.
Yo,
you guys, we need your help. Subscribe, comment on this show. Let us know what you think. If we're too obnoxious, if you think that we're just insensitive, tell us how to be better. Tell us we're jerks. Who cares? Like it, thumbs down, thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Put your people on it. We need your help on that. Because I think I'm going to turn into a person who's not.
But I told you what type of
savory.
If you're going to be on that type of time though, like for me, you know, if I said I was going into if we were in a club, we got a section and a chick, you know how Chef Francis, baby, what you over here for? I told you that.
Cut the shit.
What you want to drink? You want to take some pictures? You trying to smash somebody to see if you can come? Like, what's your objective? Now she's probably going to leave. Homie's probably going to get upset with me.
That is the reason why I would probably mess with a Brittany Renner. Because I think she's out there now. So I'm like, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah, like,
how much does it cost?
I'm here for a drink.
I'm not saying that she's a hooker. I'm just saying how much it cost.
How much it cost? Birkin? You need a Birkin?
You know, are we traveling?
Do I need to? Where do we need to go?
That I would think that's a person that you could put on a.
What's the duration of the flight need to be?
This is the contract.
Yeah, like
outside of sex and money.
And you need to agree that you're not going to get pregnant, because I'm not on that. Like,
that's a different contract.
But right,
if you do, I get to keep and you pay me.
Like, but if you're gonna be in that situation where we are hiring, and you need to put the sign up, yo, we are hiring. Here's the.
Isn't that what Instagram is?
We are hiring.
I'm not hiring.
We out here, right?
Wait for it though.
But that's my point. If I'm gonna be in that situation with that type of situation where we're not seeking partnership.
You're not seeking traditional
partnership, then be upfront. Like, yo, and she may take offense, and she may call you the next day. Like, yo, I just appreciate you for being so trill. Like, you was just like.
Not if she say trill.
You already know that she was saying trill. She definitely says trill.
Oh, yeah.
And in my mind, when she has conversations, she says trill.
That's all she says.
Hella. Like, I'm getting all of the
2008, 2005,
all of the slang, right?
Old school slang too,
right? So, I I'm not mad. Here's my thing. I'm never mad at somebody saying this is what it is. If you're telling me, yo, I expect to be paid on the 1st and the 15th.
Agreed.
I understand a relationship is a job.
Agreed.
What do you want your compensation to be? Do you want it to be love, attention, affection, provision?
Death do us part.
Till death do us part. Do you want that commitment, or do you just want to be paid? Because if you want to be paid,
And if you just want to be happy,
yeah.
I need that addendum. Happiness looks like.
And then what does that look like for you, right?
Right.
And then if you just want to be paid, let's have a real evaluation. You're a $10 an hour type of chick.
Are we talking about them still? No, they're not.
Right. You're minimum wage.
No, they're not.
Well, see, you got this is legal standards.
We're not
It's
doing
legal,
that.
right?
You're a contract worker at best. How about that?
But no, I'm saying
How about you're.
hourly
We'll call you as need.
as needed. You attempt. You attempt.
You attempt.
So-
not for hire.
You know what I'm saying? You temp to perm depending on these qualifications. Because you said some dudes made.
That's true. That is true. You might have. I like to switch it up.
I don't.
I like to switch it up. I have phases.
I don't.
I binge. I'll be like, hey,
I want some
I want a-
fast food real quick. I want a $7.50.
I want a buffet.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Sometimes I want
But-
business. I want a business, good, clean, and wholesome, and sometimes I want a ratchet one like the ones next door.
But even
We're
if
sharing a space.
it's the ratchets, it's levels to the ratchetry.
Man, I've gone, dude.
Let me ask you all a question.
I'm so glad we can edit.
Are there listen.
We may just let this ride. First
Are
show.
there levers or
Levels.
levers and levers? Are there levels to even the hood chicks? Because for me, there are levels. I don't mind. I didn't mind a hood chick. She could be ghetto.
What's the difference?
If you're hood, it's chicks who are living in the hood and who got hood tendencies, right? May tap their head. My
Just
head be
scratch
itching.
it? Yeah.
Don't just want to tap it. Who may switch a little bit, but know how to move. Some shit popping off. I ain't getting loud. I'm not. It's the difference
got it.
between Felicia and the chick with the braids in Friday on the first one. Call that bitch, right?
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
She ghetto.
Got it.
The other chick,
The character.
yes, the character. The other chick who's going to see Craig's sister to get her hair braided,
got it, yeah.
right? And she's like, "Stop! Don't be coming over." I was on that bus, crazy as hell. Like,
Right.
she still was hood. She was
Yeah.
a hood chick. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't ghetto.
Understood.
So I'll take a hood chick. I don't want no ghetto chick. It's to me, it's level. If I'm in that phase
Right.
or in that mood,
That's because I'm not there right now.
yeah, I can't.
I could probably comment better because I'm pretty sure I've done it, unfortunately. But I have experiences.
No, I've had experiences. I told you, there's still a few out here who I'm gonna be like, I don't know that chick. I never touched that chick. I ain't never been with that chick. Please believe me.
I wish I could say it and people believe me, but they're like, yeah, but you had a kid with her.
Yeah, see, right. I made sure immediately strap up.
John
wrap
Wick
up.
over here, man. I don't miss.
So I think my all man moment is know what you're getting into. If you're going to have somebody who's doing a job, male or female, it should be an application process, interview, to see what the expectations are for the position and which positions you're applying for, how many times you're going to be in those positions that you're applying for.
All right. See, my odd man moment. I think the same thing, but
Yeah.
I think you should take it serious when you're talking about relationships the traditional way. So I think that it should be an interview, and that's what a first date is for, to see if you want to,
100%.
go to a next level.
100%.
And I believe that everybody should take life serious when you're trying to get into something serious.
Yes,
so
I agree.
An interview, know what you're getting into, and I think people should revisit that at least twice a month.
I'm not mad at
Not
you.
not like in depth, but definitely.
Just touch
Hey,
bases.
where are we going?
Yeah.
Are you still,
Are
how
we
you
still?
doing? Yeah,
Are you still in
on the
line?
same-
Yeah.
Especially when the years come, you know what I mean.
Especially,
is there anything new we can talk about? That anyway, that's just an example.
That we're having, or are there any challenges that you feel like we're not addressing properly? Like, right?
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, subscribe, like, comment one way or another.
And leave us the comments. One, how many drinks did you have?
Yeah.
And are there levels to hood? I mean, just like when you're applying for a job, it's minimum wage, and then there's, salaried
And
positions.
there's a video or a conversation you want us to touch on.
Leave it in the comments
Leave
below.
it in the comments.
Outside of that,
This has been All Man Podcast. I am the Tony Davis.
Michael Angel the brand, and we out there, beer.